Oh,
Good song. That's the thing, is you can just drive around all day listening.
I've got a good question for you. How long did it take to research all of this scenery and the decades?
Show the stop sign.
what?
Show yellow stops.
No. We didn't. We're going to show. Dan's got a valid point.
So to kind of show off Toby's question, the authenticity, you can see the stop sign is yellow. And I remember when I was first playing it, I thought it was a bug. I was like, why is the stop sign yellow? It should be red. But back then, in the 40s, stop signs were yellow.
Another one we fielded recently with Tobes was map shoeing of Empire Bay. Look.
Yeah.
And another one, the guys were like, "Oh, you spelt this wrong." You're like, "No. Period authenticity."
Check that stuff. Check that.
Right.
Yeah.
Pulled off that job without
But so yeah, no. Answer your question, Tobes. It's still going on. That's the reality. Is we never really stopped throughout. We had a big period of Czech artists. They went to New York. They went to Chicago. They did a lot of research. Obviously, we all watch a lot of movies. I'm a huge fan of Mad Men personally. And we all watch lots of different stuff and take it in. And then actually it came over because the guys in the Czech Republic, they built the game, but then it came over and our internal PD assistants and game analysts and our big QA team here in LA actually played a big part in making sure the authentic sort of Americanization was done. Because there's certain things that are just a little bit different. Anyone who's been to Europe and also America would realise there's little tiny things that are quite different between the two continents that you don't really sort of expect. So yeah, it's a very, very long time. I think at one time last year we had some 5,000 bugs just around like sort of Americanization. For instance, the American flags have the correct number of stars on them for the period. And
Well, and it
stuff
again
like
comes back to making it feel realistic and believable for the player and the players.
No, isn't there a wanted poster?
Yeah, that's why you're parking your car next to mine in the garage. The streets are full of criminals these days.
Yeah, the neighborhood ain't what it used to be, huh?
All right, so one thing I'm going to show you, because I got asked by a press guy the other day via our PR manager, I can't find any of the wanted posters. Do they exist? Yes, they do exist. There's 160 of them? Well, you see the stat screen because it's one in the door. 159. They removed me, I bet you. No, so well, you can see the stats. So you're going to get to see all this next week. There's loads of different stats that you can check out. Dan's favourite stat coming up. Time spent with the Playboy articles. Articles, people, articles. All right. So yeah, so there's these bunch of wanted posters. These are all the dev team. Marek Suchov, I can't pronounce that name. I'm not going to try. Sorry, Marek. So all the developers of the game from 2K Czech are all sort of been lovingly created. What were you?
The boot.
So there's 159 of these to collect as you play through the game. So it's a real sort of like a nice thing to sort of thing, a good homage to our sort of development team who've worked so hard on this project. So. All right, so we're going to head off back inside now. Is that what we have to do? Yeah.
I got 2 more questions for you. Do prices fluctuate throughout the game?
So prices, Dan.
Yeah. So since it's taking place, through the 40s and the 50s, things become more expensive, and to kind of keep along with that realism and the sense that you're in this living, breathing world, prices do end up going up as you progress through the game. And it's a little thing. It's not announced, but if you notice it, it's cool. Little flavor thing.
If you're hungry, there's some food in the refrigerator.
Side missions?
So with the side missions, there was
Hungry Vito, take whatever you want from the fridge.
And we went to Gamescom this time last year, so actually this week last year, we went to Gamescom and showcased a side mission in the game, and there were these specifically optional side quests. Yeah, Dan, let me give you this back, so I can pause the game. Stop it. Well, I'm going to drink a cake. And side missions were in the game in such a way where they were optional and you got to experience this thing. And then what happened was we kind of made the decision that we really wanted you to experience a lot of these side missions. So we just made them like non-optional. We wanted, the side quests were like, they were really sort of going into some more depth on, say, Derek's character or one of the other characters. And then what we actually did is we was like, you know what, we really want you to experience these side quests. So we lost a few.
Yeah.
because
we just felt that they pulled away too from like the main, story, and it helped bring it all together again.
All right, it's 5+3 here, Elizabeth. I think we should give them a taste of the next mission, to be honest. A little bit. We can go a little bit longer, yeah? We can go a little bit longer. All right.
Yeah, kids, I know that it's 3 o'clock now, but just because we had a little bit of a rough start, we're going to go a tiny bit longer, about 15-ish minutes more. And for those of you asking for me to poke my head in, I will before we go off the stream, so don't worry about that. Don't have to keep asking.
Yeah.
Joe's pleasure, pal. It's Vito speaking.
Vito, why didn't you come home last night? I was worried sick.
Mama?
Anyone have a BlackBerry?
I didn't know you had Joe's number. And whose phone is this?
So have you spoken to Mr. Papalardo? Find yourself a job.
Yeah, he told me to come by and see him today. Hopefully he's got some work for me.
Okay, Vito. Good luck, mio bambino.
All right, bye, Mama.
I'll take it in a minute.
All right, so as you saw, we got massively distracted by something Elizabeth was saying. So we progressed through the mission. Now, the thing to say about Home Sweet Home, it really is sort of a sort of like an experience mission to sort of get you familiar with Empire Bay, get you familiar with the mechanics, driving, blah 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 blah, all that sort of stuff. So you've really had. What the hell is this lady doing?
Hi there.
What's the matter? Nothing good on the radio?
Mind your beeswax, kid.
All right, so basically, I can't remember what I've got to do, Dan.
What?
Go to the Southport Docks and see Mr. Papalardo. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to head down and go make friends with Derek.
When he hears a joke, he always cries.
This guy.
When there's any fun, he darn near dies. What do you say we laugh at his sad case? The pessimistic character with
I like the music.
Hey, turn that down in there.
he's never welcome.
All right, cool. Now I'm going to drive. I'm going to drive through the centre of the city, dude.
The center of the city.
The centre of the city. Yo, my car. I should do that. I'm going to repair it anyway. All right, so you see a few cool stats about the car there. All right, let's go.
Can you leave the house in your underwear?
No. Yeah, no. Not in the course of the normal game. You can't. There is a point in the game. Well, we won't reveal too much, but there's a point in the game where you end up in the city for some random reason in your underwear, which is kind of interesting. But no, generally, the theory is we don't really. Mafia guys don't really go into the city in their underwear.
Clearly, you can drive better than I can. So
Yo,
it's a good
I'm still going forwards, all right. Calm down,
It was
dude.
a skill turn.
Dude.
Skill turn.
Get your stuff, put it in a box. Chow told me that one.
Dog box.
Immortal dog. Sorry, I'm just going to keep calling it internet funny so all right, come on, let's keep going.
Don't you ever let him get you all alone.
See, look at this. I don't know what you're on about, dude. I'm like rock and roll. Let's turn some Delta radio.
Troops fighting alongside local guerrilla forces have begun taking back the Pacific nation's capital from its Japanese captors. U.S. forces have completely encircled the sprawling city and are now facing a Japanese occupation force estimated to be 20,000 strong.
Yo!
Reports have already indicated that this could be one of the bloodiest battles yet seen in the Pacific. More on this story as the information comes in, and hopefully the Japanese are pushed out of Manila.
What the hell's going on out there, dudes? Calm yourself down. Whoa! Yo! Look at this!
You're gonna wreck.
Yo! Yeah, this song's cool. Let's get some volume, dude.
And I ain't no refrigerator. I can't keep nothing. Pay attention to me. Now listen, old man. You and me been friends a long time.
Whoa, that is a good question. And it's something we'd really tweet right at the end, so I'm not sure on the actual answer, because QA was just like, the achievement that's in there, there's an achievement for getting the fastest speed on the fastest car. And QA like cried at us because they couldn't do it.
It's over.
I didn't know that people wanted to, over 100. What the hell's your problem? It's over 100 miles.
Over 140.
Yeah, no, it's over. I think it's over 140. Yeah,
It is over.
But then you can upgrade them as well and get it on a proper straight. They really build up some is the word velocity?
Yeah.
That's a word. I'm not sure if it's the right one. But yeah, you can really build up some speed and really get going there.
Well,
People are asking about